And good morning everybody, welcome back to another session of Bertie Bodgery. Once again I find myself having to apologise for the wind. I really don't know why, but it just decimates the sound on this camera, so we'll persevere. If the sound falls away, my apologies, we'll just crack on and do what we can. Now today we are going to crack on with this this heap of shit here called an RKV125 Keeway. Been looking at this, and to be honest with you, I've been done up like a kipper. This is an heap of shit, it really is. But I am going to crack on and do what I can with it. Why is it a heap of shit? Well, that front tyre is perished. It's my fault I didn't look properly, you know, lesson learned. Also, the front wheel is bent there. Don't know if that'll MOT fail or not. That one's not too bad. Back tyre is not bad. That's a fairly good tyre. Well, that's MOT-able. However, the wheel that it sits upon is bent as well. Don't think there's any repair in that one, so potentially before we've even got into it and even got it running, we're looking at two wheels and a tyre. Now, we did momentarily have it running up on brake cleaner last time we made a video. We are going to attempt to get it running a bit better than that. I don't know if this can use E10 petrol, so we've just been out and purchased a gallon of the good stuff. I can't find anything on this whether it should or shouldn't use it. I mean, on my Suzuki, I've not checked it, but given the fact that it says E10 on the tank, I'm kind of guessing that can run on E10. And it's got E10 in it, and it's running fine. Let's get the tank and seat off this bike, and then we'll come back and see if we can get this engine to fire. Back soon, cheers guys. Okay, right, side panel's off. Just a screw just there, and then the usual rubber grommets. Seat a little bit different. Just go right underneath here, and don't know if this can be seen because the lighting's shit, but there's two 13mm bolts tucked right away under there, which I'm trying to get undone with a 12mm spanner. Well, I'll edit that bit out, no one will ever know. 13mm spanner. Sorry guys, it's knocking you. One. Let's grab the other side. These have not been off in a while, I'll tell you. Okie dokie. Right. Just pop them up there. And then hopefully off pops the seat. Put that in here. I'm trying to keep things put away today because looks like rain, so I might have to bail out pretty quick. I don't want to have a shit all over the place. Right, tank looks like two 10mm. 10 mil. Okie dokie. Tank's got a big old dent in it there as well, but I'm not even going to try and fix it. But I'm not entirely sure where we will end up with this bike, but we'll just move on and see where it takes us. Nope. Right, now hopefully that tank will just lift off now. There she goes. There's a little bit of fuel in it. Pop that down there. Big old tank for a 125 actually. Right. Now what I think I will do, let's see if I can rig up some sort of external fuel supply. We'll get my jump pack and we'll attempt to start it, see what happens. Back soon. Right guys, there's Shonky Deer won it. Let's see what we got. We have a piece of rubber pipe attached to the carburetor, like so. We have a little pot of petrol. We have a battery that's clearly not meant to go in there, cable tied and jerry rigged on. So I think it's kind of obvious. We're going to fill the tube up with petrol and see what happens. It's got two chances, isn't it? Fill this right to the top. Nope, I should have held more than that. Why not that one down? Might pump down. No, that's not even drawing that petrol down. Something somewhere is blocked. That's not even attempting to take the petrol into the pipe. I think, what do I think? I don't know what I think. Let's shove a bit direct down the bore. It'll almost certainly fire. Whether it will draw any fuel through that carb or not is another thing. Long plug on it. Okay. Big help in the fuel. Right, let's see what happens. Quite clearly that's just running on the fuel that I squirted into the bore. There is no fuel being taken into that carb whatsoever, so I think it's carb off time. So let me get that whipped off, come back and see what we're doing. Cheers. Right, I've just started taking this carb off, just to show you that the cowboys have been in town. I've just taken off the 10mm nut there, and gone round the other side, take the other 10mm nut off, just there, and it's an 8mm bolt. So yeah, we are certainly not the first to go in. Right, let's carry on, back soon. Right, I'm back again, still taking this carb off, but I'm bringing you back because I'm just showing you the cowboys are back. The Airbox, just going to take that off. It's cable tied, so let's snip that off. Why have the cable tied an Airbox? Don't know. Right, off you come. And also, what I've noticed, and again, I think it's time to get gone controversial. Yeah, I can see why they've cable tied it. It's all smashed on the top there. Where was I? Yeah, the other thing I noticed they've done, and for the life of me I don't know why, because it's a complete and utter bodge, on the crankcase breather they've put this cone filter on. Why? That pipe goes to the Airbox. Now the only time I've ever seen people do that is when they take off the exhaust recirculation valve, this thing here. It is not an EGR valve. People call them an EGR valve. I promise you that is not an EGR valve. These bikes don't have EGR valves. No 125 does. And for those of you, how many out there, again, hit me with comments if you like. I'm happy to have the debate, but how many of you blank off the what you call an EGR valve in the belief that it will give you more power? I'm going to use a word I've used already today: bullshit. It does not give you more power. It does absolutely nothing other than probably look cosmetically better. What's it for then? Well, if you've got a catalytic converter in your exhaust, which this one hasn't because it's been changed to a cheap aftermarket one, at idle that valve pumps fresh air into the exhaust I don't know the technical details, but it prevents damage to your catalytic converter. If you blank off that EGR valve, I'm calling it an EGR valve now and it isn't, if you blank off that valve and you have a catalytic converter in your exhaust, it can shorten the life of your catalytic converter. Hit me with the comments, argue with me, I don't care. Don't blank them off, it's pointless. Other than if it's failed and you haven't got a catalytic converter and it probably looks cosmetically better to remove it, then yeah, fine. But don't remove it in the belief that it's going to give you more power, because it won't. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Right, where was I? Carb. There she is. Right. I need to replace that stud because I won't do that properly, and then we'll have this carb up on the bench there and take the bowl off, see what she looks like inside. Finish my rant, back soon, cheers. Right guys, we will take a peep inside, but I'm not going to do a full carb strip down and clean. I camera because, hang on guys, you're drunk, stand up, because it's been done to death. But we will try and get these screws out and have a quick peep inside the bowl, and then I will give it a bath and a good clean, get it back together and see if there's any improvement. Only 2 screws holding the bowl on, usually there's 4. I just looked at the manual for this online, and it says, according to the manual, that this should have like the conventional cable that goes in the top, you know, with a screw on slidey float thing. So yeah, it is a little bit smegged up, so I do think a clean is going to benefit it. Let's just quickly whip off that diaphragm. Oh bloody hell. I'll have a quick peep in there. Bit of rubber sticking out there, look, that's not good. Yeah, we'll have a quick peep in here, and then I'm going to just sort of go away and clean it up at my leisure. Bring you guys back when it's done. Well, I would do if I could get these bloody screws off. There's one, there we go. And there's t'other. I don't like taking these things off, to be honest, because they can be a bastard to get back on, but in my experience there's come back. Doesn't appear to be split or damaged in any way. So right, we'll give that a bit of a clean and a bath, and we'll come back when we've got it back on, guys, and see if we can go for startup take 2. Back soon. Right guys, while we are waiting for the ultrasonic cleaner to do its stuff, I've repaired that stud there. So it's just the end of a bolt that I've cut off, right length, Loctited it in, simple repair, job's a good one. Also the choke cable was seized, and that is now free and working. So let's go for a wander and see how my carburetor's doing. Well, it's stopped, so I'm guessing it's done. Oh, that's hot. Right, hang on. Bugger hot. Yeah, that's come out nice and clean. We'll give that a douching through the what do you call it, the airline. So the float, which is still floating, the base, yeah, that's not come out brilliantly, so we'll finish that by hand, and then small parts are in my little tea infuser. Go, pop that back in there, turn it off. Right, let's get this blown out, cleaned up, and back on the bike. Back soon, guys. Cheers. Right then, people, we're back. Carb is back on. We've got some proper, what do you call it, some proper flange nuts, and we've put a new O-ring in there. What else? Yeah, we've got that rubber pipe back on, which we filled up with fuel. So let's go for the start again. Right, well, as you can probably gather, it is running, but it'll only run with choke, so something not quite right there. Now the guy did say he'd upjetted it, so I wonder if he's over upjetted it possibly. It does seem to run better if I choke off the air intake with my hand a bit, but still not perfectly. Let me try that again. can see, it does run. If I significantly choke it off with my hand, it does run a lot better. So what I'm going to do is Google what the jetting should be, probably put it back to stock. I'm also going to change that exhaust because I have got the proper one as well. Then we'll try it again. Don't know if I'm going to do that today. Might and I might not. If I do, I'll bring you back. If not, for the time being, we'll end it there. Cheers, guys. Right, guys, what I've been looking at, I'm going to replace that exhaust. I've got an original one in there, so we'll pop that on. I'm not going to film that, it's boring. I was also looking at putting the airbox back on, see if it'll help with choking it up a bit, because it does run better. This is the airbox. It's not very good. It's got a piece missing off the front, and it looks like the tabs are broken at the top, which is why it was cable tied on. However, just looking at this old Zontes that I've already raped for a couple of parts. Now, I know the lighting's not great in here, but I reckon that airbox on that is one and the same bloody thing. So I'm going to whip that one off, and we'll compare them. So let me crack on with that. I'll bring you back. Right, I've got this airbox off the Zontes. No, it's not exactly the same, but it's absolutely incredibly close. Firstly, this is the one on the RKV, this one here, and as you can see, it's got something missing off the front there, which is present on the other one, so we could pinch that piece. The other thing as well, on the original, on the RKV one, the threads that screw into there to attach it to the bike are smashed out on this one, whereas they're present on the Zontes. So out the two of them, I'm going to see which has got the best filter in as well. I'm going to take them apart off camera. Out the two of them, we'll make one good airbox for the RKV, fit that on. We'll swap the exhaust over as well, and then we'll bring you back for the start-up, see if it's made a difference. Cheers, guys. Right then, guys, what have I done? Airbox. I've put some flexible filler and some nuts in there, so I'm just waiting for that to dry, and then that's sort of fixed. Sorry about the lighting, but yeah, anyway, we can get the airbox on tomorrow, not today because we've got to wait for that filler to go off. Meanwhile, I have changed out that crappy old exhaust, so that does look a damn sight better, and we've got our pot full of petrol, so we are going to try that again, see if it sounds or runs any better with a decent exhaust on. The exhaust has got to come off again at some point because it does need painting, but I just wanted to see what it sounds like. does run a lot better. It's even ticking over. It's still not revving right. I still need to have to choke off that air intake, but with no air filter on whatsoever, hardly surprising. So yeah, we've made some good progress. We'll get that airbox on tomorrow and see if we can get her running a lot sweeter than what she is. Still ain't decided what I'm doing with it, but for the time being, it is progress. Anyway, that's me for the time being. If you want to see more Bertie Bodgery, tune into the next one. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell, all the usual stuff. This is Bertie Bodgery signing off. Thanks guys.